Welcome in, belly up, have a seat, and grab a drink as we talk some Wingman Fantasy Football. Welcome into another edition of Wingman Fantasy Football, the League Podcast. I am your host, Michael Furley, and as always, I'd like to thank all of you, or any of you who may be watching or listening to today's show. This is episode 79, week 15 ins and outs, and this is our second live stream of the season. And before we get any further along, let's make sure that everybody is in the room.
Wingmen assemble!
All right, everybody, it is the first round of our playoffs.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs?
And we only have one game going on today, as I want to remind you that the 3-6 game is an unofficial bye for the third seed. So the sixth seed is automatically going to lose today. If I have to manipulate the scores, I will do so. Also, so our big game today is Katie's King George, the number 4 seed, up against Corey's Mac Daddy 2, who is the number 5 seed. And they had some players going before the Sunday's game, as Corey's Mac Daddy 2's had 3 players and tied Chandler for the Vikings. He also had the Vikings defense and the Evan McPherson, the kicker for the Bengals, while Katie's King George had her first overall pick, Justin Jefferson, trying to have a redeeming story. And so far, Corey's Mac Daddy 2's is in the lead, 38.2 to 11.9, as Jefferson had an okay day, but Ty Chandler was the star of the Saturday game. So with our Sunday games and Monday night games left, Katie's King George is down, like I said, 11.9 to 38.2, but she has 7 players remaining, while Corey's Mac Daddy 2's has 5 players remaining. Let's find out who's in or out, who's hurt or not in this week's actives inactives. We're going to start off with that there are no more buys. There are no buys this week, and there are no more buys for the rest of the season. So that's good in regards to our managers. But let's check in on our IR status, as we had Josh Palmer came back, and he was activated off of the IR and played on Thursday night. Activated. And in some surprise news here, we have Aaron Rodgers. He has been practicing, and his last day to be activated is this Wednesday at 4 p.m. So depending on if the Jets can get a win today or not might influence whether they activate him or not. But you will know for sure if he's going to come back or if he's going to hang it up for the rest of the season by Wednesday at 4 p.m. That is after our waivers run. All right, let's check in on the players that are going to be out today. We have Tutu Atwell for the LA Rams is not going to play today. Brian Robinson is also out today. Isaiah Pacheco is going to miss his second straight game. Christian Watson is not going to play today. Neither is Elijah Mitchell. Jonathan Taylor also did not play on Saturday, but there's a chance. There's a chance he might come back for Week 16 just in time for Amazing Spidey's playoff run. Christian Olave from New Orleans is also out today, as is Nico Collins. CJ Stroud is also out. A.J. Dillon is not going to play today. Neither is Ramondre Stevenson. In a late scratch that everyone was trying to pay attention to, Tyreek Hill is inactive. Thank goodness for Red Sox Nation that he has a bye this week, as his best player is not going to play today. As for players that are questionable, we have Geno Smith, who plays Monday night, is trending towards playing, but of course he has not been deemed active yet. Marquise Brown is playing at 4 o'clock. He is questionable, but expected to play. And in a late addition to the injury report, Jalen Hurts is now questionable for Monday night's game. And I've already seen that we've had a manager pick up Mariota in the event that Jalen Hurts cannot go. As for players that are in today, we have Taysom Hill is back in the lineup, as is Rashid Shaheed. Amari Cooper is going to play. Dalton Kincaid is also going to play. Dalton Schultz for the Texans is going to be in. Jerome Ford, who is questionable all week, is going to play. Tyler Higbee is back after his 1-week absence. Brandon Cook is going to play. Aaron Jones is going to play, so it's going to be his backfield alone, as A.J. Dillon is going to be out. Chris Godwin is going to play today. Noah Brown is active, as he's the only receiver in a C.J. Stroudless Houston Texans attack today. Darren Waller, he is going to play today. He is going to be activated. And Devon Achane is going to play today. All right, guys, I was looking at some of the weather reports, and there's some gusty weather all around the country today. So let's check in on some of the games that caught my attention. Starting in the Atlanta against Carolina. This game is in Raleigh, and I'm not sure if they play in Raleigh. Sorry, that's going to be in Carolina. And this game has a temperature in the low to mid 50s, but there is heavy rain expected, and there is mild wind of 10 miles per hour. As for the Jets at the Dolphins, it is going to be a nice warm day, but there's a chance of rain, and it's going to be gusty. Gusts over 20 miles an hour in that game. And we've got two weaker armed quarterbacks, so this may be a Raheem Mostert, Breece Hall battle. Another game here, Chicago at Cleveland. This game is going to be in the mid 40s with light rain, but some heavy winds of over 20 miles per hour. And of course, we know in that area, the wind off the lake can be severe. This is the night game tonight, so there's time for the weather to change. But Baltimore at Jacksonville should be in the high 50s. There's a chance of some rain, but right now that is the gustiest area of the country at 25 mile per hour winds. And Dallas at Buffalo should be mild in terms of temperature, but there is rain to be expected and moderate winds at 12 miles per hour. All right, let's get a little bit more into this heads-up matchup between Katie's King George and Corey's Mac Daddy 2s. As we have looking at Katie's team, she's got a tough sled ahead right now. She is projected to get 92, almost 93 points, while Mac Daddy 2s with this strong start is projected to get 111. So we've got a 20-point projected advantage. However, Katie's King George has more players left to play, although it's arguable that she has better players, as Corey's Mac Daddy 2s has Deebo Samuel and CeeDee Lamb still left to go. Superstars on his team. Some questionable players like Barkley and Swift could be good, could be not. While Katie's King George has some moderate players left. Some question marks. Garrett Wilson. She put Odell Beckham in instead of Drake London, who had a monster game last week. But she picked up Justin Tucker and Beckham to put in her lineup. She's going to play James Conner, it looks like right now. In my opinion, the biggest wild card here for King George's chances to come back in this game is going to be Lamar Jackson versus Justin Fields. Let's try that. Fields forever. As Lamar Jackson's been up and down all year, but has the potential to get 40 points, and the same for Justin Fields. He has potential to get huge scores or duds. This is going to be the swing for Katie. She's going to need a strong game from Lamar Jackson on the Sunday night game, while she's going to have Justin Fields struggle. When it comes to Bernie's Team B, his tip, Katie's King George has more players playing later, as she has 3 players tonight in the Sunday night game. However, Corey's Mac Daddy 2s has the last player to make a stand with DeAndre Swift on Monday night. And with a potential of missing Jalen Hurts, DeAndre Swift has a chance to be the featured player in that game. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching our second live stream. Good luck to our managers today who are in the playoffs. The winner of this game gets to play Amazing Spidey next week in the semifinals for a chance to get to the finals. With that being said, guys, you can find our audio feeds on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn Radio, and Google Podcasts are back up and running. And now we are also on YouTube Music. Just search Wingman The League. You can find our video feeds at wingmanentertainment.net/podcast. Also, check out our YouTube channel at youtube.com/@wingmanfantasyfootball. Thank you again for watching our live stream. Good luck to everybody. And with that being said, may your glasses be full, your mugs stay frosty, and we will see you next time.